something that's developed, it's worked on. In Lashon HaKodesh,
even in a humble country.
Anius, something that Moshe Rabbeinu developed.
You lived in a humble town?
He lowered his ego. It's very easy for someone who speaks with Kodesh Baruch Hu, obviously face to face, so to speak, to have a hint of ga'ava. But it wasn't so with Moshe Rabbeinu, because he developed his anius. He made his aleph of his ani small, and this, when he wrote the Torah down the way that Hashem asked him to, he wrote it with a small aleph. Which reminded me of something that happened to me about 8 years ago. I was asked by my family to come and visit for my cousin's bar mitzvah in the States. And at the Suda on Friday night, the father of the bar mitzvah boy was giving a drasha. He explained that, as he said to Bracha, he has no more obligations to be machanech his son. It's all he's on his own cheshbon now. He said that he was very happy to give him over the reins and hand him his own scorecard, so to speak. On the way back from shul on Saturday, Shabbos morning, it's about a 3-mile walk. We were in Georgia in the middle of summer, and it is boiling hot. In the middle of this walk, the boy turned around to his father and said, "Dad, I'm giving you back my scorecard." I couldn't understand, in the middle of such a simcha, bar mitzvah, with all the obligations and the opportunities to now be Oved Hashem, why would he want to hand back his scorecard? What was missing? So I heard a word by Rabbi Ezra which explains the what. He says that in the end of Pesukei D'Zimra that we say every morning, Shir Sayam, we say Zeh Keli V'Anvehu, Elokei Avi U'Ramenahu. This is my God, and I will glorify Him. The God of my father, and I will exalt Him. He explains that the avoda of every single yid is to follow in the ways of Avram Avinu. There were many monotheists before Avram. There were plenty of Noach HaTzadik before him, Shem and Ever. They were all monotheists. They believed in Hashem. They were Rosh Yeshivas. But what was missing? What did Avram Avinu do? He had a personal relationship, something ishi, personal connection to Hashem. And this is what he developed. Zeh Keli, this is my God. V'anvehu. If you look at the word, V'anvehu, it's made up of 2 words. Ani, V'hu. It's me and him. It's personal. The second pasuk says, Elokei Avi U'Romamenahu. It's the God of my father, and He's exalted. It's a lashon of romamus, which is very elevated and sometimes far away. It's distant. So I realized that was the what? That was the problem. Is that up until now, his relationship with Hashem was Elokei Avi. It was U'Ramenahu. It was far away. It was something distant. It was something that he couldn't relate to. And I needed to take that step of Zeh Keli V'Anvehu. It's me and him. So now that we know the what, so we have to know how. If we know what the problem is, we're halfway there. We need to know how. How are we going to bridge the gap? How do we make this a personal relationship? So I saw in the Toima Devora, the first line of the Sefer, Rav Cordovero says that the way of a Jew is to emulate Hashem. That's the way that we achieve the basis, is by being like Him. As it says, Ma hu rachum, af ata rachum. Ma hu chanun, af ata chanun. Just as He is gracious and compassionate, you have to, so too you have to be gracious and compassionate. We have to emulate him. And as Rav Mordechai said yesterday on Shabbos, and his other uncle, Rabbi Raphael, just said, Zachariah Shalom, our Bar Mitzvah boy, he possesses... He possesses all of these qualities. He has extremely good midas, as Rav Mordechai said. He doesn't show off. Everything he does is with tznius. He's the firstborn in his family. He's the first grandchild. He's an example setter. He did amazingly with the help of Rabbi Ezra on his laning of the parsha. And most of all, I have to use the way that my wife describes Zachariah Shalom is that he has a chain. There's something very special about him. He has a chain.